Hey guys, I just wanted to film something really quick because I'm going to be hanging out with Karina and her cousin Lily. Hey Lily, we're just going to be hanging out, so I just wanted to do something really quick and easy, but I want to look like I care a little bit. So I just wanted to put myself together, do something really quick and simple. And I do this look quite often. I had to force myself to get out of the rut of not wanting to put any makeup on. I don't know, sometimes it's just like that. And I knew if I didn't put makeup on today, then it would be really, really hard to get out of that. Get my hair back a little bit. I'm gonna spray this Anatomical Spray Misty for Me facial spray. I've been using this just as like a pre-makeup facial mist. It smells like lavender. It smells so good. And that's to get it ready to put some face oil. Yeah, Milani Prep and Soothe Camellia oil. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of that on. I'm kind of generous with this oil because it doesn't leave you greasy. It doesn't really feel heavy on your skin either. So next thing after my oil, I like to go in with Estee Lauder Day Wear Cream. I'm kind of just using this right now to get rid of it. It's at the last few drops of product. And I'm kind of looking forward to trying out a new moisturizer because I've been using this one for kind of a while. And it works, it's great. The only thing is I'm kind of bored of it. You know, I want to try something different. But I focus it on the high points of my cheeks where I notice that my skin does have a little bit more texture. There was a time when I really was kind of scared to add any oil or moisturizer to my face. I know that sounds really crazy. Back when I first started using makeup, whenever I would put my makeup on, I would skip adding moisturizer because I always just assumed having oily skin, you probably shouldn't do that. And back then my skin was super oily, which is not the case at all. You need to protect your skin and keep it hydrated and kind of form a barrier before you put any makeup over it. And I was just really crazy. I ignored that step altogether. So like I said, I used to have really oily skin. Now it is definitely combination skin. I'm more on the dry side on like my cheeks and my chin, and I'm oily in my T-zone. Okay, so after that, I do like to let my moisturizer soak in a little bit more. Now that I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and add some primer to my face. I use it a lot. It's this e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. Now, when I first started using this, I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't like it. I was applying it all over my face. And this is, you know, a primer that's gonna give you more of a dewy look to your makeup, and that's definitely what I wanted, but it didn't work out in my T-zone area. Like I said, I do get oily. So what I started to do was I only focus this on the areas that I do need it, not the T-zone. And it's been working out. I noticed that the texturizing on my cheeks kind of goes away, and that's because, again, I'm only focusing it on the areas of my face that I need it. And whatever's left on my fingertips after I already worked it into my cheeks, I'll just go ahead and apply to my chin and around my jaw. Sometimes I'll just lightly brush like the last of the product on my fingertips onto my forehead. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and add some foundation. And the foundation that I'm using is gonna be this Infallible Pro Matte. I use this foundation all the time. It's definitely my go-to. I like to kind of switch it up every now and then, but I always go back to this one. This is in the shade Natural Beige. I add MAC Strobe Cream. This one's in Pink Light. I feel like the gold one would have suited my skin tone a little bit better, but this is mainly just to make like a little tinted moisturizer. And I do this all the time. Before, I would look full coverage everything. I wanted it to be really obvious that I was wearing makeup. Now, I want it to look subtle. You know, I want it to look like my skin, but better. So I feel like making this little tinted moisturizer definitely makes me happier with the finish that it leaves on my skin. I'm trying to be faster with my foundation because my last video I dragged to blend everything out. It took me forever. I even got tired of watching it. So, but if I am wearing this out and I want to make sure that I have the coverage, I'll just do 2 coats and it's fine. But yeah, like I said, I really have not been reaching for any makeup recently. I have been breaking out a lot. My skin's definitely calmed down a little bit since. I didn't want to prolong that, so I try to stay away from any makeup. I want to coffee so bad. If I drink water though. I don't know why I'm just looking at myself right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna move on to my concealer now. That's just the days that I've been having lately, and I don't know what it is, but I can't get it together. It's kind of been overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie, but we're moving on. I'm just trying not to let it affect me so much. I've just been getting little setbacks while filming this, because like I said, yeah, I've not been in the mood. I just needed like a boost of motivation, and I figured just putting some makeup on will probably help. When you look good, you feel good, so it's not good to stay in those little funks. So I'm gonna use this Real Techniques Instapop cheek brush. I use this for foundation and concealer. I find that it just works so well. It's really precise, so it gives you that chiseled look. I gotta just swipe it in the shape that I want it to be in, then I'll press down to blend it in together. I'm also gonna go over this with the beauty blender, so just to make sure that taking away any excess product. I want the skin to look really natural, so I really love this brush too because it's so delicate on your skin. That's why I love Real Techniques brushes. They're really inexpensive and you know you're gonna get a good quality brush from it. Yeah, like I said, after I apply my concealer and spread it out, I go over it with a beauty blender, and this is just going to make sure that everything's pushed into the skin. It's looking soft, supple, definitely blended. You don't want anything to look too harsh. And I like to pay attention around the eyes because I don't want anything to be creased. I'm going to put a little bit of cream contour. I like to use the Makeup Revolution foundation stick. This is an F13. It looks like this. I'm sorry, it looks really dirty right now. Sorry, I use this Lorac contour brush. It looks like this, and when I do this I just tap that into the product. Because it is foundation, it's super creamy and easy to blend out. And I just got one. Yeah? Yeah. Can you close the door, babe? Yeah, I just tap the brush into the product and then I work it into the general shape that I want it to look like. And then with the beauty blender, I just blend out the outer parts of it. You don't really have to do cream contour, it's just a little extra step that I like to do. Contour is something that I'm obsessed with. If you do find that you're struggling with cream contour, try out a foundation. Like I said, it's a lot more creamier and easier to blend. Make sure that looks blended out. I'm also going to take this on my jawline and under my chin. Your girl needs help with her chin, so I like to contour, make it like matched. The beauty of makeup, it definitely helps boost your confidence. Again, I'm going to go over with the beauty blender just to make sure everything's all the way blended out and looking natural. Use your tools to your advantage. I like to use brushes that make the application easier and seamless. You know, they do the work for me. Okay, so now that I have that down, what I'm going to do is bake. So I like to use air-spun powder. This one's in the shade Honey Beige. It looks like this. I like to have a dry Real Techniques sponge with a little bit of powder on it packed already. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my concealer really quick just to make sure that it's not going to be creased before I put the powder on. And what I do is I like to focus it in the inner parts of my under eye. I'll even go up on the side of my nose. That's where I get oily. But I like to stay on the inner part of my under eye because, like I said earlier, I'm dry on my cheekbones. So I don't want to hit any powder on that part. I don't really need any. I'm just gonna make the inner part of my under eye and around the nose. And I find that that helps in making your makeup look very bright and glowy as well. I actually didn't know Airspun came in any different shades. But one day I went in and just grabbed this one really quick, and I didn't notice that it was a different color. I'm not mad at it at all because I find that I actually like this one more than the translucent shade. If you're in the store and you see Airspun, definitely check it out. I feel like it's a great, inexpensive option. Definitely check them out. Don't sleep on them. So I'm going to take that translucent powder and I'm going to put it under my contour. I want it to be crisp. And we are going to blend this out a little bit later. Like I said earlier, I love contour. And I want my contour to look as perfect as it possibly can. And this definitely helps. I promise you'll see a difference. It makes it look a lot neater. I'm crazy right now. It's a step that I don't go without anymore. If you take pictures, these are all steps that are kind of going to ensure that you get a great makeup picture. It's gonna make your makeup look a lot more crisp and beautiful in photos. And if I don't bake, then I get super oily. I'm gonna hit the tip of my nose, and then I'm gonna take a little bit along the bridge of my nose. I don't go overboard on my nose because I don't want it to look dry and texturized. I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with my contour. I'm gonna set that with a little bit of bronzer. You guys, this is definitely an old bronzer, but it's still one of my favorites. Sorry, the MAC Mariah Carey Collection bronzer. It's just very glowy, very warm on the skin. It's easy to blend out. I take this cheek brush, a little travel size crown brush. What I do is I just press it into my skin right along the powder that we laid down. And I kind of just stab it into the skin. I work it up a little bit into the temples, just like that. And I know I look crazy right now. I promise I'm gonna blend this out. I find that this makes my makeup look bomb as hell. And I'm following the direction of that powder that I laid down earlier. I like to bring it in because it's directing the eye to the lips. I'm gonna go under my chin, on my chin a little bit, just to warm up the face again. I'm also gonna tap that onto my forehead. So I'm gonna hit the sides, and then I'm gonna hit the top of my forehead a little bit. And again, I'm using those tapping motions. I don't like to use brushing motions because I don't want to disturb anything that we did underneath. We're strictly trying to set that green contour and bring a little bit of warmth back to the skin. I'm just going to grab a big fluffy powder brush, another Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to dust away all of this powder. Oh, I forgot to say, with whatever's left on the bronzing brush, I just kind of like dust on the sides of my nose and the tip of my nose. And then after that, I'm just going to dust away anything that's left over on my skin. And I'm going to lightly blend that contour. I'm going to dust this all over my eyelids as well, and that'll stop any product from creasing on my eyelid. I'm going to tap this on the center of my forehead. I'm tapping because I don't want to, again, disturb any makeup that's underneath. We're going to go ahead and dust the nose a little bit, and then under the contour. You kind of want to concentrate on blending this out because you don't want a harsh line from making under your contour. But blush definitely helps with getting rid of those harsh lines as well. Yeah, after I've gotten all of that bake off for the most part, I'm just going to go over the skin with some setting powder. I'm just using the Fit Me pressed powder. And after I've done that, if you're extra like me, going with a little bit more bronzer, I'm just going to tap on my cheekbones, a little bit around my nose, my chin, and my forehead. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up my nose contour. I'm going to go ahead and dip into this contour powder right in the middle. I just tap in with this, it's like a dual fiber stippling brush. I find that this works really great on my nose contour. It's like rounded at the tip. It fits in perfectly right at the top of my nose so that I can connect that contour to my eyebrow. I'm going to dip into a little bit more product. And again, I'm just gonna put that right in the contour of my upper nose to my eyebrow. And then I like to take it on the sides of my nose just to make it a little bit more snatched. Just gonna do the other side. Sorry if I'm not looking into the camera. I'm just trying to look, I have a mirror down here and I just want to look a little bit closer just so I don't look too crazy when I leave. I'm gonna do the tip of my nose. I'm gonna make it look a little bit more rounded and doll-like. And then I'm also gonna take a little bit, whatever's left on the brush, and then I'm gonna go over just to give my nose that like doll-like button nose appearance. And with my beauty blender, just to Make sure that everything's pressed into the nose. I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and just press on that really quick. I like to use this Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush. This one's in JH05. It looks like a blush brush to me. I really love this for my contour because I feel like it's small enough to just sit in there and accentuate my cheekbone. So I'm just going to dip into that same contour shade in the Makeup Forever trio. And I'm going to go to the top of my contour. It's closest to my ear, I'd say. And I'm just going to intensify that a little bit, making sure that I'm blending that out as I go. I'm just going to do that on the other side. I love a good contour. I pay attention to my skin more so than my eyeshadow when I do my makeup because I just love when I can make my face look sculpted. It just looks so much more snatched when you contour. So again, I'm going to hit a little bit towards the temples, definitely on my chin, and then I'm going to go on my double chin again, just to make sure that that bitch is tucked away. Now that I have my contour done and out of the way, what I like to do is I like to go in with a face mist. I'm still going to use that same face mist from earlier, the Anatomicals facial spread. I'm going to go over my makeup a little bit just so I can blend it into the skin a little bit better. I'm also going to spray it on my wet beauty blender just a little bit. I'm going to go in and press all of that into the skin, just to make those powders look a little bit more creamier. I want everything to look very skin-like and natural. And though we are wearing the makeup, it's just, I want it to look so seamless and blended. So after that, I like to go in with the bronzer yet again. Make sure we don't lose that contour. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit of blush. This is a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH04. And this is the brush that I love to use on my blush. I feel like it gives me a really airbrushed look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap into this Milani Rose blush. And I'm going to tap that onto my cheekbones and kind of blend that right into the contour so it looks like a gradient effect. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other side. And I love a lot of blush, I'm not going to lie. So I just build it up to however much I want. And I'll smile and make sure that there's a little bit extra on the apples of my cheeks. Yeah, that should be good for now. And I'm also going to layer a little bit of this blush that's in the trio for Makeup Forever. There we go. And I'm going to focus this on the high points of my cheek. Strictly on the high points of the cheek. And I like to kind of go right over my nose and on my chin. Also a little bit on the forehead. This is JH01 and it's just the big powder brush. I'm going to go ahead and just tap into my skin. I'm not brushing, I'm just tapping. And this is to make sure that everything's blended. Next thing I'll do is I'm going to add some highlight. And when I do that, I have my wet beauty blender. I'm just going to touch the high points of my cheek again. I'm going to take the JH07 brush from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collection. It looks like this. I'm going to dip into the highlight from the Makeup Forever trio. And this is the highlight. And I'm just going to tap it on the high points of my cheek. And this is definitely a highlight that's going to leave you looking glowy and radiant. But I like to just blend it out with my beauty blender. Again, I'm going to add a little bit of moisture to the high points of my cheek before I go in with the highlight. I feel like this just intensifies it for you. And I definitely like a blending highlight, so I'm going to keep on building that up. If you couldn't tell, I'm definitely a fan of layering. I'm going to take this Molten Peach highlight that is from Maybelline Master Club collection, and I'm going to put it just on the highest points of my cheekbone. I'm also going to run this on my chin. I'm going to put this on my forehead a little bit. I'm just going to dab that in. And with a separate brush, I'm going to also apply this to my nose. I like to use this Real Techniques. It's a defining crease brush, but I love this for my nose highlight. I'm going to go on the tip of my nose and I'm going to do that little teardrop. And then I'm also going to hit the bridge of my nose a little bit. I am going to quickly fill in my brows a little bit. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I've been wearing my brows a little bit more natural lately. and I definitely like the look of it, so I'm just gonna run with it. When I really want the fastest, easiest product to use just to quickly do my brows, I like to reach for the Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil. It's the easiest brow pencil to use to fill in quickly. Notice how I'm rushing to get my makeup done now that Karina's home. I have FOMO whenever she gets home and I'm busy doing something, because I just want to be with her. We're definitely that couple and we like to be up each other's butts. It's the nicest way I can put it. But yeah, I get FOMO, so I'm gonna try to finish this up a little bit. Oh, here's now that my eyebrows are on. You see how easy that was? I literally just filled and shaped my eyebrows using this and just this. I'm really not going to touch up anything else. I'm going to use this JH30 crease brush. And I'm going to go in with Personal from this Profusion Infatuation palette. This is such a dirty palette because I reach for it all the time. It looks like this, and Personal is the shade right here. So I'm just going to quickly run that into my crease. And I think I might just leave it at this for my crease, just because I wanted this to be a softer look. I might just leave it at Personal, and that's it. So yeah, this is just like a bronzy look that I do a lot of the time. I'm definitely a natural, soft, glam type of girl. I like to do whatever's gonna be the fastest to get me out of the door. Don't get me wrong, I do like to experiment and do different looks when I have the time, but this is just one of those days where I have to get this done and I have to get out of the door. You know, I think I'm gonna darken it a little bit. There's Bouncy that's just right underneath that first color that we chose, and I'm gonna intensify the crease with that. And I am gonna wing out the shadow. I like to give my eyes that sultry look. They naturally sit low, and they're almond shades, so I just like to accentuate the shades a bit. This is just going to tie it all together, to be honest, because when she put the lashes on, anyone who's looking at you is gonna be like, oh, she really did try, because they're gonna see your eyeshadow. Even though it's so subtle, it's still there. I'm just gonna tap Bouncy into the lower lash line. If it looks sloppy, that's fine, because that's kind of the idea behind it. So this is what it looks like. Or I've added any lashes, this is what it looks like. Like I said, this is something that I'll just do when I really know I have to put some makeup on and I'm kind of lazy to do it because it's really simple. So I'm just gonna pop on some lashes and I'll be right back. Anyways, I just wanted to jump on and finish up the lip really quick. I'm just going to, sorry, I'm not gonna line my lips or anything. I'm just gonna put this lipstick on really quick. This is a LA Colors matte lipstick in Classy, and so this is my go-to lip color. I want something on my lips, but I want it to be a very natural lip color. I'm gonna go in with a Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. This is in Champagne. It looks like this. And I'm just gonna dab that on the inner part of my lip. And this is the look. So this is the look that I put together. A very natural, I didn't try too hard type of look. And that is it, you guys. If there's any other videos that you guys are interested in having me do, definitely let me know down below in the comments section, and I can definitely work on those for you guys. Yeah, thanks for watching.